Hi, welcome back to another vlog. I'm Emma. Thank you so much for clicking on this content. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and click the notification button down below. This week I'm just sharing, I think it's 2 days worth of vlogs. On this particular day, this is a Wednesday. There was a lot going on in the building. We had someone from corporate come in and spend the day with us. We also had our resident council meeting, and y'all, they ripped us to pieces, okay? There were so many complaints. I mean, it lasted about 2.5 hours, and I was done by then. Um, I did a few follow-ups for residents, of course, pertaining to medications, and then also did wound care for one of my residents who returned from rehab. Um, right here, it's the beginning of the day, so I'm checking emails. And soon after that, I went upstairs and checked on the staff. I think I did a quick morning hurdle that day as well. There seems to be a need for just constant reminding for laundry and showers that need to be done for that day. It was a very, very, very busy day. But here's to the next vlog. It is currently Thursday, 6:36. I just got out of work. I'm sitting in traffic, headed home. I haven't picked up the camera much this week, and that's just because a lot has been going on. I know I always say that I have to catch you guys up on stuff, which I do, but honestly, a lot has been going on. And our building has just been going through a lot of transitions right now, and so things have just been a little tough. But if you're new here, hey, my name is Emma. So it's Thursday. I'll just give you guys a recap of what my day was like. I got to work this morning around 7:45, and firstly, when I got up, I saw that I had a text from one of the CNAs saying that she's not feeling well, and essentially she was calling out. So, and that was at 5 o'clock in the morning. And they know that when you call out, you don't call out through text message. They should know better than that, but hey, it's like beating a dead horse with trying to, I'm sorry if it's so dark in here. It's dark outside and it's raining, so I'm just trying to make the best out of this and record as I drive. But she knew better than to text me and call out through text message. But anyway, so that made me rush when I woke up this morning, because then I realized that the staff was going to be short upstairs, and y'all know morning shift is very hectic. You got to get people up, you got to get them toileted, dressed, and ready for breakfast. So I got ready and I got to work, and immediately just like told the 2 care staff to just stay upstairs and help with getting everybody ready for the day, and then I stayed downstairs and just help serve like breakfast. Basically, I started serving the coffee, anybody wanting orange juice, all the 9 yards. And then I went upstairs, I checked on some of the residents, followed up on some, find out how the night shift was, and then I got the day shift paperwork ready. What that is I created a schedule where there's a section for first shift, second shift, and third shift, and what all the assignments that they have to do. So who has showers on first shift and second shift, who has laundry to be pulled and washed. So started to do that daily, and as I noticed that if I'm not throwing it right in their face and saying, hey, this is what you have to do because you're working on this hall, a lot of the time the assignments don't get done. And I'm so sick and tired of residents complaining. So I figured that if I just start reinforcing that daily, then they know that it really needs to be done. Until I'm done beating the dead horse, until the dead horse gets up and walks through the water, I'm going to continue to do it. Because I don't know what else to do. And it's like, I've done everything to make sure that every staff member that comes knows exactly what is expected of them, what to do, what assignment they have to do during that shift. I mean, I've done it all. At this point, I feel like I have to continue to somewhat micromanage them so that the work can get done. Now, I have to say, I don't have a problem with the ones who have been here for a while. It's the newcomers, it's the new hires that I'm struggling a little bit. They're not self-starters, so you kind of have to like remind them throughout the day to get things done. So went over the med room, organized some medications. I have a resident who's going to be leaving next week. She was there on respite and she's leaving, she's going back home, so I've got to get her stuff ready and the medications that she moved in with. I got to get all that ready for her to go back home with it. And then it was time for stand up. I had stand up with the rest of management. The executive director wasn't there, and that's because from now on she'll be off Wednesdays and Thursdays because Saturdays and Sundays she wants to be in the building. I had a lot of issues during the weekends because of staff not doing their job and things just going horribly wrong. Oh my God, I'm so sorry it's dark, y'all. But we have... Okay, maybe that's a little better. Oh, look at the cheekbones. But we've had so many issues with our weekend staff because staffing, we're so short staffed that we're relying on agency to supplement our staffing deficits. So when they come in the building on weekends and they see that management is nowhere to be found, they kind of just tend to run wild and do whatever they want. So when management comes back to work on Mondays, it's horrible. We hear all types of complaints. So with that being said, the ED decided to work Saturdays and Sundays and have Wednesdays and Thursdays off. So anyway, I say this to say she wasn't there during the morning hurdle today, and during her absence a lot of things were shared. We're having issues with support, or I should say the lack of support from our ED. And so it's been a case where corporate has had to come in our building and just kind of see and assess everything that's been going on. So we had a member of corporate attend the meeting, and she was just kind of taking notes and literally like attending and solving our issues that we've had for months that we felt that our ED definitely could not take care of. So that was relieving. It was a relief to know that, you know, our problems are solvable, but also it was a rude awakening for each of us because we realized, like, damn, we don't have the support that we need from our ED. I don't know. I can dedicate an entire video on that, but it's a sad situation, and I'm even weary about going into details about that. But so she was there, she attended the meeting, and then I had to leave the meeting early and attend another meeting that I had already committed to. The therapy company that we use, their boss, essentially their supervisor, wanted to have a meeting with us to just discuss this new pilot program that they're doing, that they're trying out. Essentially, they want to start running our lab orders in-house. So what they'll do is, if we have, like, let's say like a, I don't know, blood work order for CBC panel, they can bring in a trained phlebotomist to come in and do that lab on certain days of the week and then ship that off. And apparently they're promising like a 24-hour turnaround time until we get results. So she just met up with us to talk about that. And then also, you know, to just hear feedback for how their programs, how the therapies are doing with our residents, if we had any questions, concerns, and blah, 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 all that. That lasted but like 20 minutes or so. And then from there, I just continued doing work.
making sure that the staff were doing their job, nobody's sitting around doing nothing. That's been a huge issue. People being on their phones, not really answering to the call lights, the pendants. And so I've had to really hone down on that. And around 2 o'clock, I had another meeting with our pharmacy consultant. Interesting story about her. She actually used to be the ED at my current building years ago for like 6 months or so, but she's very familiar with the building and some of the residents, so it's always nice seeing her. She's a lovely person. She used to be a pharmacist, let that license go, and then just became an ED, and then she quit doing the ED work and then decided to work for the pharmacy that we use. It's basically like their consultant for our region, and she's awesome, always on call. Like the woman is wonderful. But anyway, she called me yesterday. She's like, hey Emma, I have we're starting this new program from pharmacy. I think you'll really love it. I want to run it by you and see if you'd be open to trying it out. So essentially, the pharmacy that we use, they created this user-friendly, I guess, like online system where instead of us, the nurses or med techs, calling the pharmacy to say, hey, where's this med, or did y'all receive an order, we can log in. We have access to log into to a system that they created, and to see, like, has the pharmacy received the order? What's going on? What's the process like? Has it been entered in their system? Has it been filled? Has it been reviewed by a pharmacist over there? Is it being delivered? Is it in a bag on the way to be delivered? So it's kind of like tracking your shipment, right? Like when you order something and you're tracking it, like it's pretty much essentially that, but we have access to it to see everything that we need. So she says, the pros about this, the reason the pharmacy decided to create such a system is because, number one, they're dealing with the short staffing. They're having a hard time with hiring people, answering phone calls over there at the pharmacy. So in order to reduce that burden, they want to give the nurses and the facilities the autonomy to find the status of the medications that they're questioning of. So essentially it's to cut down on time on our end that we have to sit on the phone and wait for somebody to answer, and then also it's easier on them at the pharmacy because they won't necessarily need a lot of bodies there physically to answer telephone calls. I love it, you guys, and I'm so excited about it. She signed me up. I got my little login, and I'm able to see all the medications that my residents are taking. I'm able to see what's due for delivery, what's coming tonight or tomorrow. So it's great. I love it, and I love it. I'm all here for it, and I was just so excited, and I thanked her for it. And it's so refreshing to see her. But while she was showing me that, we were kind of having like side conversations, and she told me that when she was ED at my facility, they were going through a period of time where they were so short-staffed that she had to be on the floor for most days of her work week. Said, yeah, I had to work the floors. I was there sometimes. It was me and 2 other people on the floor. And that had me thinking, this woman who used to be a pharmacist but now was an executive director was willing to roll up her sleeves and get on the floor and help out and work. But when it comes to the ED that I have, the support is not there. Instead, what's happening and what's been happening is that she's been asking the nurses to fill up shifts, to pick up shifts. Apparently, every week, my coworker and I, the other nurse, have to pick up 5 shifts to where we're either on the cart or on the floor doing care. And so as soon as I heard her say that, and I thought to myself, That's a leader right there. Not someone who's going to dump everything on you. Not someone who's going to say, well, you and your colleague can figure out. Like, let's all figure out. I mean, I understand that she's being pressured to lower agency usage. I understand that. She's being on a tight leash, but and I've also talked to other colleagues who are wellness directors at other locations, and they've revealed to me that the activities director, sometimes maintenance person, sometimes their salesperson will help out on the floor. I have so much more to say about that. Other than that, I had one of the caregivers. She usually works in memory care. She came to me this evening before I left work, and she says that she can't seem to pass the skills portion of the CNA test. And she asked me, she's like, I know that you're certified to teach CNAs. Can you please help me? I really need. I told her that on the days that she is here, she usually works second shift, like 3 to 11. I told her on the days that she's here to just give me a call or buzz, and we'll lock my office door and we'll just practice and practice and practice. And I said, we're going to get this thing right till you can do this shit in your sleep, you know? And this is what makes my job worth it, y'all. I'm gonna go inside. It's been a long day, very stressful. And yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. And here, I'll see you guys in my next video. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and click that bell notification so that you're notified whenever I upload. All right, you guys, I hope everybody's doing so well. Thank you all to those who are subscribed. My little community is growing and it's so exciting. Thank you. Leave any comments, any suggestions that you have down in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.